Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with day 31. Can you believe it is the last day of our epic road trip? I have, let's see, do I have all this? I have a bunch of junk on my table, and I'm not even counting all of this to the side that needs to be divided up and put away no later than today. On the 31st day, we had spent the night in Virginia, and we made it through the state of Virginia. Here is a picture of us. This is us leaving Virginia. I think it's Bastion was the name of the town. And this is us arriving at we were at a rest stop at the Welcome Center to North Carolina. And here we are at the Welcome Center at South Carolina. And here we are at home at 4:13 p.m. with an average fuel consumption of 51 miles per gallon in our little baby Prius. And trip A was 8,195.2 miles. So that's the odometer reading. So it was amazing, absolutely amazing. We were glad to get home. Happy to see people we hadn't seen for a month, but it was, I will admit that it was sad being done. We felt, we were nearly 70, and I think more than a few people felt like maybe it wasn't a great idea for a couple of, old folks to be out on the road alone. But we did it, we planned it, we kind of knew what our limitations were. In other words, we prefer not to drive after dark. And we just kind of went with it and missed a couple things we had hoped to do. We had hoped to do some of the national parks in Utah, and we'd hoped to get a little closer to and more into Yellowstone. But we kind of, counter that with everything we did get a chance to do. And oh my gosh, it was an incredible trip. And so what I've done, I'm using a sketch by the lovely Lisa at Scrap-A-Sketch. And this, I think, is sketch number 86 in the regular Facebook group. It's not one of the premium sketches. I think it's last week's sketch. And instead of 3 photos, I'm going to do 2. And I'm going to pile on a bunch of embellishments to kind of, I guess, bring to mind, to echo the trip, the whole trip. So one thing I have noticed, I love this map paper. This is from, I think it's from Road Trip, might be from Cartopia. This is definitely from Cartopia. Both are collections by Steven Duncan for Carta. And I'm going to doodle a border around here so that the banners stand out more. I hope this helps. Yeah, I think it does. And I'm gonna do this one. It would have been good to do that before I put the foam on, but I don't think I've ever made a video where I did everything in exactly the right order, because I am a firm believer there is no exactly the right order, and you can kind of drive yourself crazy by over planning and overworking the process. I'm going to put these big foam dots. I have foam. These dots are thicker than this foam, so it should lift the tail up. And if that's not enough to lift the tail up, I'm going to kind of curl it up. And I'll do the same here. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to put these on. And I've got all kinds of things beside me here that I am prepared to fussy cut or otherwise use for embellishing. I'm going to put this one down here, and I may just draw with my pen around there, and I'm going to do this, and I'm setting the stage to put a little word strip or phrase or something, a sticker. So that just kind of sets that up. Now I want to put this, and I don't even have to take the backings off of these.
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
Be quiet, Siri. Let's make sure I'm leaving about the same space there. I want enough. I've got another one of these to go up here, but it is not going to have a word or anything on it. I may put some small embellishments. Let's see, I'm doing it kind of towards the middle here, which is okay. And I am going to go around it. And I'm going to do something like this, but I may do it from behind the photo. Okay, so there's my background, sort of, and I'm going to start placing the photos. I've got this bit of vellum that I'm going to put at a slight angle because I kind of want it to show a little bit. And then I'm going to put the photo, that's a little bit farther over than this one is, but that's okay. I'll put the photo the photo panel here, kind of dead center. Oh, come on. Now it sticks. And then the embellishing will kind of, I love the cars. I love that Cartopia collection. I actually, both Barrett and Ava were obsessed with toy cars when they were little, but I will freely admit to you that I bought the Cartopia collection after that phase had passed for them. I bought it for me. And let's see, this one I want kind of going down. And then this goes here. Want to be sure I have cars showing on both sides. Don't want to hide my cars. Okay, I have this little tiny, this is that pressed wood, and I started out with a whole sheet of these phrases, and I've used them, not all of them, but I've used them in this series. And I thought that might be good there. And then if I can do this here. That's kind of, I'm going to just do it here. I don't want it going off the page, but I'm okay with it kind of sticking up. Okay, so now I'm going to do the title cluster, and it's going to have this giant hibiscus. I've been using the several Steven Duncan collections and also Vicki Boutin's Where To Next throughout the series, and a lot of 49 in Market as well, and miscellaneous other stuff, other collections and other designers, and some just trash from my stash. And I'm gonna put this here. And then I have these little pieces that I wanted to layer up, kind of like so. I wanted that blue background especially. That's the same mappy type paper that I put behind a frame in the last page. Okay, come on. I'm going to slide it under there and under there. It, like this map background, my intent is not for you to be able to know what that map is, or, you know, where that map is leading you, but rather to kind of obscure it and make it be every map. Like every man, it's every map. Okay, I'm going to, that is not a good idea, but it's done, so I have to undo it. And it's kind of after this experience, the sentiment that we both had was that we had, during those 31 days, we had really lived. We'd seen things and experienced things and fallen in love with things, just really we were awed by things. I have to say, of course, Mount Rushmore and Niagara Falls, but also, driving through the tree and Multnomah Falls in Portland, and, just everything. It was amazing. I can't even... I'm so glad I did this because, after you've come back from a trip, you get back into life and you get busy and things happen, and in my case, my travel buddy went away. And so when I thought back to this trip, sometimes I thought back with a little sadness, and I didn't want to do that. And I found a funny photo, the one of him holding the apron that says, "Chocolate doesn't ask silly questions, chocolate understands." That was in Wall, South Dakota, that he found that. I'm gonna kind of slide this. I don't know if I want it there or if I want it down here or over here. I can put it over here, and then I can put a star or a butterfly here. I'm not liking either one, and so I'm going to take it up. What else do I have here? I have this. I'm just putting little, travel mementos in here. So this West Coast and then this filler up. These are from, I think they're from Are We There Yet? I'm going to stick this subway ticket just kind of right there as just an additional element there. And maybe I'll tuck this in as it's not like we were on the West Coast this day, but it's memories of the West Coast from a couple weeks before. Hard to believe that we've been through, hard to believe that we did this, in we took an entire month and traveled, and hard to believe that this video series is over. I'm gonna miss, and I like butterflies as symbols of travel. This is another kind of memory. We saw a lot of cactus, and I don't have a lot of call to use cactus embellishments. So darn it, I'm going to use it now. And I have something I want to put here. It says, "This is the story." And the album that this is going to be the last page of will have been the story. It is the story. So I'm going to put this star, and I'm going to use the back side of it because it has the map and the bright, pretty teal color. And I want to put it maybe here. I'm kind of trying to get something going this way. I have this, this luggage. I've got this wooden star. I'm going to go ahead and put this wooden star kind of right there. I like this that says Happy Street. I can do that. Happy Street Public Access. I'm going to scooch it down so that I've still got some of these stripes showing. Now, I'm going to take these trusty sticker sheets, which I have been using for the whole trip, and I'm going to pull some little thing off of each one, just to, you know, kind of as a nod, or maybe even as an Easter egg, you know, just, I like this colorful compass rose. So for example, I'm gonna put it, let's see, there's a little bit of, I'll put it right there. And then, so that's my nod to, this is called, this collection is called Our Travel Adventure by Carta, or from Carta by Steven Duncan. This is from Cartopia, and I wish I had room for one of the cars, or I love this one with the bird on top of the VW, and it's piled high with stuff. I'm gonna take let's take this Utah license tag and put it on here, because we did go through Utah, and it's right here, you know, by the cactus. So that was when we were driving out west. And you and I will know that that says Utah, but I'm kind of gonna put it on there so that it doesn't say it. This is from Toy Box, and I love this collection. There are some jacks here, and who doesn't love remembering playing jacks? And I have to tell you that when I decided that I wanted to go see some of these things that we saw, I was the age to play jacks. So I think it's perfectly appropriate to put that there. John was probably playing with toy soldiers. In fact, I think he played jacks too. I think he told me that he played jacks. And who doesn't love this little boy riding the bicycle with the big old floppy hat? Love it, love it, love it. Okay, here's the road trip sticker sheet, and I had two of these. I was working with two of these. So as long as I'm going with these red accents, let's do this one that says road trippin'. And I'm gonna put it where? Maybe down here, like right there. Okay. And the National Park Service, this Arrowhead would be great. Interstate 90 in New York. I'm gonna go ahead and pull one of those, because if I had two sticker sheets, I need to, I can maybe do that right there. And I'll add like a comment remembering our epic road trip, or hard to believe it's ended. I want to add something above this just to kind of demark. Is that it's a demarcation, I guess, is the thing. So I guess demarc is an actual word. I want to emphasize it. How about that? And then I need to use this somewhere. So someplace else that could use a little contrast. Okay, that is not sticking, so now I have to put it in exactly the same place because okay, there we go. Now, this is family fun night. It's family night. I'm going to use this little thing that says the best. And I'm going to put that maybe right there or here. I want to let the title kind of stand on its own. Although I kind of like it there. It brings attention to it. So I'm going to leave it there. And there's a Coca-Cola bottle. There's, I think there was a camera, and I need a camera, don't I? There's a camera in this chipboard, and I'm going to pull the camera because Lord knows we took photos. Like I said, we actually had 3 cameras. We had John's phone, my phone, and the DSLR. So this camera can go where? Where do we want the camera? Maybe right here? Why not? And I don't know that it makes any sense, but I'm going to take one of these little red, it's like a game piece, and I'm going to put it somewhere, maybe right here. Doesn't mean anything, it adds a little bit of color right there. So, put this. Here's the second road trip thing. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this sticker and I'm going to cut it like so and put it here as an indicator of all the unpacking we had to do. And I'll put this back because I can use the other side pretty much just like that. So I'm going to put that down. And then here's the baseball, the home run collection. And where do there's this Game On Play Ball. There's Champs. I want to use Champs because that was us for having finished this trip, having made it through this trip. But that's not the baseball reminder. I'm gonna do a baseball, and I think I'm gonna do it up here. I don't know if you all are baseball fans or not, but Jose Altuve, one of my very favorite players of all time, on my very favorite team of all time, the Astros, hit for the cycle for the first time, I think, ever in Astros history. But there's I Love Baseball, there's Game Day, there's Strike, there's All-Star, World's Greatest Baseball Fan, Tried and True. And that is a good piece to add. Let's see if I have any foam to put behind it. And I do. And so maybe where do I put that? Right here where there's nothing. Here. Maybe right here. Just, I'm kind of trailing things, and I need something right here. I'm going to put it up here so that the trailing aspect, I need one thing right there, and I don't know what it needs to be. How about, let's, if I could do a baseball fan club, like here. Why not? Looking for foam in all the wrong places. And I'm looking around here and I don't see the pin that I need to close this up. Okay, there. And it still seems like I need something right there. So I'm going to take one of these and kind of squinch it under there and add this little word, fan. And I'll stick it flat down. And now, my busy, fun, season-ending page. Let me make sure I have everything I'm supposed to have. I have doodled a frame on the banners. I have vellum, that yellow vellum that's peeking out from under the photo clusters, which I've almost covered up in some cases. 2 fonts in the title. I've doodled, and I have 3 papers besides white. I have the car paper, and I have the background paper, and then I have this striped paper, which is the other side of the car paper, but don't tell anyone. So I'm going to put this here. I'm now going to go look at this. I like this traffic light because, you know, we saw a lot of them. I'm going to kind of scooch it a little bit here next to the butterfly. And I like the parking meter. And I'm going to add it here. Part of the title cluster. I'm going to add a tiny little bit of journaling. Okay, and what else do I have? I have a bird. Who knew? Memories. Top 5 things. I like just memories right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm going to put a tiny dot, dot, dot is not tiny enough. Let's get one of the small ones, and they usually come up whether I want them to or not. And just to be sure, I'll put a little bit of liquid adhesive on there. Okay. And I think I'm going to call. I hate to finish this page because then I know I'm finished with the series. I actually have a Niagara Falls photo collage that I'm going to do that'll go next to the other two Niagara Falls pages that I have. And let's see, where did this go? I'll have to pull another pin. I'll find it when I'm cleaning off the desk. And but I'll have this in there. I'm not sure that's going to do a very good job, but we'll see. Okay, so it's done, and I thank you all so much for joining me on this little trip around the country, literally, or down this way, up that way, over that way, and down this way. And it was a magical trip then. It's been a magical trip this month as well. And I know you all kind of understand the emotions that I've had in all of this. I'm going to want some foam behind this just for the heck of it. And I know it'll come up. And I appreciate all of you, both complimenting the pages, but also saying that you enjoyed the narration, if you will. And so many of you have pointed out, and it needs pointing out, actually, how lucky I am to have such incredible memories. I've had this little piece that said Parks floating around on my desk, and I want to put it somewhere. I'm just going to put it right here. So it's no longer sitting on the base of my lamp, which is where it's been since about day 3 of this, when it fell out of a chipboard set that I was taking apart. So thank you for watching. I just can't tell you all how much I appreciate all of you. And I am going to try, if you've missed any episodes of this, someone suggested that I put all of them in order in a playlist so that you could watch from day 1 to day 31. And that would be, and not that I think any of you are going to have the time or the inclination to go watch my trip 31 days in a row, but it might be good for me or for the family to do that. And I also need a sticker from here because I used these stickers a lot, and there's one here that I didn't put down. I'm going to go ahead and do that right there. There were mountains and sunshine. That's the Rocky Mountain nugget there. So okay, I'm done. I promise I'm not going to put anything else on the page, except maybe these two. You know how I don't throw sequins away because I think they'll mess up the environment. So if they end up on my table, they end up on my page. They will be on my page. So these two orange sequins ended up on my table, and now they're going to end up on my page, just at opposite ends of these little areas that I have going on. So I promise that's it. The top of my desk, I have these two things which I didn't use the week that Mind the Scrap was using metal, but I have an idea for those for a different project. So I will leave those off this page. And you can tell I'm rambling, and I hate to hang up, if you will. It's been fun. Anyway, I'm gonna look into figuring out how to do a playlist, and I will put it out on my Instagram, and I'll talk about it on YouTube, and I will put it on my Scrappy Kathy Facebook page, and maybe even my story, just so that if you are interested, you can get to it. And because I will be so proud that I actually learned how to do it. I've had trouble with playlists, even following instructions that of people who do it. I think I have a setting wrong in YouTube, and that's basically because I don't know what I'm doing on YouTube. And you probably figured that out the first video you ever watched. But anyway, thank you so much. Bye.